Hey, good morning. Up and at 'em, guys. Today is Monday, June 9th. So, yesterday was a busy weekend. I got a lot of my first accomplished and out of the way. But I thought we'd talk about being with the right people and then wanting the best for those people that are involved. So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and yes, this is the weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Monday, June 9th of 2025. So, what are we talking about today? Well, my weekend was very busy. I had a lot of things that I wanted to get accomplished, and I also wanted to spend time with the people that matter. And that's what you should do in business as well. Is you need to spend time with the people that matter, and you need to accomplish certain tasks that are ahead of you. And not in that particular order. It's whichever order it is. If you're in business and you don't get any enjoyment from having a relationship with your customers, why are you in business other than dollars and cents? And the old adage, you can't take it with you, right? But you can have a great time while you're here. You need to make money in business. If you're not making money to pay your employees, to pay your wage, to keep the doors open, then you're not doing business that well, are you? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I snagged a nice Snap-on gold mug for my son yesterday too. Still tastes like the same coffee, just a different mug. But what am I talking about? I'm talking about you need to surround yourself with people that want you to succeed. And when you win, they win. And the same goes for us. We need to be around people that we want to see succeed and that we're going to do whatever we can to help them succeed. Because when they succeed, we succeed. And that's a lot about what this channel is I want you to succeed at whatever it is you want in life. And whether I can help you on the personal level or on the business level or a combination of both, I'm going to win if you win. If life turns out better for you because of something that you've seen me say or talk about or what have you, I win too. Because I want you to succeed. And that's what today's program is about. Today's topic is picking and choosing the right people to be around. You want to be around people that like the quirky you and not a facade of somebody else that you're not. And if you're the type of person that feels that they have to become someone other than themselves when they're around other people, either A, you're around the wrong people, or B, you don't know how to let yourself down to who you are because you're so worried that people are not going to like you. And I got news for you. The right people know who you are. And they're trying to figure out, why are you trying to be somebody that you're not? It's okay to be you. You don't need to be somebody else or act like somebody else. It's as simple as that. Now, on my busy weekend, I had a bunch of stuff planned. And when I say planned, by the seat of my pants, that's the way I fly. But I was able to go to both my grandsons. One was T-ball and the other one was Little League Baseball. They both did amazing. Of course, I'm biased. And then Saturday, my goal was on my baking channel, which I don't have a baking channel, but on my baking thing, I wanted to make white fluffy bread. Okay? and I again binge watched YouTube and took a little bit from everybody. Most of them were using 4 cups of water. Not me. 2 cups of warm water, 2 cups of warm milk, put the yeast in it, let it rise or let it start doing its bubbly, bubbly stuff. And then they said to add 10 cups of flour. Well, I put in like 4 cups, and then I kept adding a little bit more. By the time I got to 8.5, 9 cups, the machine was acting and sounding weird, So it ended up turning out, but as I said yesterday, and then I forgot to upload that video. Sorry about that, guys. I already did that before I started this one. I uploaded it for you guys to watch, so you got two two of them today. But I end up having to put them in the fridge because I only realized I had 1 tin, right? So Claude and I decided we'd take a ride to Sam's Club to do our monthly shopping. And Claude says, why don't we head out at 7 to beat the rush? All right. Because I'm usually up by 3 in the morning anyways. So I got my walk in, and I was cleaning my truck because I'm looking at swapping trucks. Not sure it's going to happen, but I'm looking at a 2024 Dodge 2500 series loaded with the plow package, tow package, every package, right? Because my old Ford, and it shouldn't say old because it's only got 82,000 miles on it, we use that as a work truck. 100% work truck. I got a dually that gets 12 miles to the gallon, but it doesn't have heated seats and it's not as comfortable. So we use the F-150 most of the time instead of the F-350, which doesn't have all the options on it, all right? My daughter-in-law's stepfather is a general manager for a Dodge dealership. So I decided to take a look and see what they had, and I spotted this one. I looked at the new ones and they really didn't impress me, but I looked at that truck and I went and I told her stepfather, this is the one I'm looking at. This is what I've got. What kind of deal can you put together on it? And the 2024 sold for almost $80,000. Okay? If I want to get into a brand new 1500 series Dodge 4-wheel drive, it's got to be 4-wheel drive, got to be a crew cab. They were starting right around 57. Then you got some rebates going on, but not a lot, all right? So when I was window shopping, I looked at this 2500 series Dodge, and then I looked, because it's gray, I like a darker truck. Why? I don't know, but I like a darker truck. And that one had 3,300 miles on it. And then the other truck was a 2024, and that was white. I hate white. And that was loaded as well. And that had 17,000 miles on it. So, as I was talking to Kevin, I was talking out loud to myself too. I said, I'm farther ahead to go with the 2024 with 3,300 miles on it. It's not going to depreciate. If I buy a brand new one, it's going to depreciate the minute you put a sticker on it. And usually the depreciation is $6 to $8,000. So if I brought it back in next week, I didn't like it, can I swap it in? It's going to be worth a whole lot less. He said, I agree. I said, with that 1-year-old truck with 3,300 miles on it, once you throw a sticker on it, it's not going to depreciate. It's going to hold its value. And I'm not going to give you the actual numbers, but it ended up being a little over $12,000 in equity that I have in my own truck now that I can carry over to that truck. And then he gave me the family price on the other truck, which was phenomenal. So I'm going to come out holding a lot of equity on that truck of what it's actually worth. Because the guy that bought it, he bought it and he had them at every package there was. The plow package, the trailer package, means a gooseneck hitch is already in it. You just flip it up and you lock it in. You have the plug in on the bumper and inside the bed. You have the Reese hitch on it. I mean, it's loaded. It's got everything in it. And the idea was, well, maybe I'll get one truck and replace both trucks. But after thinking about it, I don't want to be left with just one vehicle. If I need something breaks down, I've got another one to lean on. And if I get this truck, I'll probably spend more time in the dually because we don't need heated seats during the summer months. And I mean, the dually runs beautiful, but it only gets 12 miles to the gallon. And with the 2500 series, that truck is getting better mileage than my F-150 is. And it's got the built-in GPS. It's got all the options, heated seats, Sirius radio if you want it, big screen, the works. So I find out today whether I get the truck or not, but if the numbers aren't right, not going to swap. But that brings me back to, like, yesterday morning, Claude and I get up at 3 in the morning. He said, why don't we head out at 7 so we can be there at 8 and we can avoid the rush. And of course we did avoid the rush because on Sundays, Sam's Club doesn't open up till 10. So back we came. Once we got back here, because it's a little over an hour's drive, it was after 9 o'clock. So I told Claude, I said, if we head back now, it'll be open. He wasn't game. So I ended up doing some gardening. I had the grandkids come over. My son and daughter-in-law are raising the boys right. If they want money, they have to earn it. And so by helping Papa with the garden, they each earned $5 a piece to go spend on whatever they wanted. But full circle, you have to surround yourself with the people that really matter in your life. And same thing holds true when you're running a business. You need to have your customer want to see you succeed. That's the only way you're going to make it. And that is if your customers are happy with your service, you're outgoing, you take the time to visit with each one of them. And I know I've said it before that I've learned from when I was younger and I hung out with the Curtis boys. Their dad instilled in them, because they had the John Deere dealership, their dad instilled in them, you need to at least know everybody's first name. And when they walk through that door, you better know their first name. And by saying their first name, saying hi Bill or hi Eric or hi, it sets a good tone. And that is friends helping friends instead of, oh, the dealership's going to try to screw me. You see what I'm saying? The same thing with your business. Don't fake it till you make it. This isn't an exercise where you can become great at something. It's you either have it or you don't. All right? And there's a couple of different schools of thought when it comes to business, And my school has always been take the time to get to know your customer. Make your customers your friends. And always want to help your friends. And always keep their best interest at heart. Even sometimes when it's not your best interest. Right? And that means, well, the shop could use more money, but if I go ahead with the repair, it's going to push the machine more than what it's worth. That's what I mean. If you're given a choice of bringing in more money into the shop or keeping your customers' equipment at a fair price, you better be going with the customers at a fair price. I understand that's a loss of money that you could have got for the shop, but it's going to be a bigger loss because that customer is not going to come back next year or whenever they have problems. But if they feel that you are looking out for them, they will be back over and over again. And you got to do some do over and eat the bill sometimes. And what do I mean by that? Prime example, this past week, we had one that went home that was here for a hydraulic leak. We got the hydraulic leak fixed. And we tried working on their charging system, and they finally said, don't even worry about it. But they called after we dropped it off. They called a couple hours later, he did, and said, where are the hangers that are supposed to be on the mower for the mower deck? Because I know they were on it when I shipped it your way. And Claude's like, did you let them down? And he said, yeah, I've let them down, but they're not there. They're gone. So I told Claude, I said, look, hop in the truck, go over and lower them down and make it good with him. So he did. He went over there, and by the time he got there, the guy had realized that they were there. They were just up, and he brought them down, and he had the mower deck back on again. But the problem then is he could only throttle it up to half throttle. So I told Claude, I said, you can't just leave anybody hanging. So what we did was we had to drop another mower off on his street, so we just spun over there quick. And Claude, when he had put it back together, had put the throttle linkage on upside down so that it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It wouldn't go up to full throttle. It would only go up part way and stop. So we were able to correct that. And it gave us time to have a good conversation with the customer, and we didn't charge him because it was something we had done. And I told him how much we appreciated his business. He said, you got it. He said, anything I need, I'm going to call you guys. That's the reputation that you need to have when you're running a shop. It hasn't always got to be beneficial for you. You also want your customers to succeed as well. And they, in turn, will want you to succeed. And they will do what they can to make sure you succeed. That's what the key topic is today, is surrounding yourself with the people that want you to succeed. If you have a customer that hates your guts and he complains bitterly every time he brings it in, you got to do one or two things. Either one, that's just the way he is, and that's the way he shows love, or time to get rid of him and cut your losses. But if they don't want you to succeed, why are you doing their more? Not because you're the cheapest. That's not why you want people coming to you. By being the cheapest doesn't mean you're going to get a lot of business. It means you're going to get a lot of business you don't want. I can tell you that right off the bat. You don't also need to be the highest, because you're going to get people that have higher expectations too. Even though you should have high expectations of every job that you do. And every job that comes through the shop, you need to be there at your best, honestly. And if you can't do your best, then maybe it's time to take a step back for a little bit and then regroup and come back. For you mechanics out there, you guys totally understand this, of where if something isn't going right or you start to get brain fog on what you should be doing, the best thing you can do is, instead of sitting there the rest of the day trying to figure it out, is go do something else. And while you're doing something else, you'll get that aha moment on the first. And then you come back over and you start on that. That's the signs of a good mechanic. A poor mechanic doesn't give up, and he just sits there and bangs his head against the wall, hoping for different results by doing the same damn thing. Right, Amos? So if there's any takeaway from today's video, it's if you succeed, I succeed. That I'm doing good with this channel. If it's helping just one of you guys out there, then it's worth my time. And I love spending time with you guys in the morning anyways. I feel like you're right there. And we're having our cup of coffee with our Snap-on mugs. It's the only thing I own this Snap-on. So on that note, you guys have a great Monday. And we'll catch you here bright early tomorrow morning. Don't forget, I posted Sundays today too. So if you want to do a double header, it's there. Enjoy.